Hi there, this is Just Nigeria coming up on the program. Securing the future. Just Nigeria looks at how Bauchi and Katsina states are handling millions of out-of-school children.
We have worked with government of Nigeria to come up with what we call the enrollment drive framework. This framework states clearly the responsibility of everybody in making sure that every Nigerian child accesses his right to quality education.
And hailing the right to success. How one Nigerian is using commercial tricycles, popularly known as keke, to create jobs. Also, ability and disability. We'll tell you the story of a Zimbabwean on a mission to challenge negative beliefs. Plus,
my name is Geek. I'm a professor of electrical and computer engineering. Check me out.
The Nigerian professor creating electronic tattoos which read the body system. You're watching Just Nigeria from the BBC and Channels TV. And here on the show, we bring you the stories being talked about by the digital generation. I am Wali Fakile. So on to our top story this week. Nigeria has an impressive young population, but in this demography exists about 10 million children between ages 5 and 14 who had never been to school. UNICEF says 69% of them are from the north, with Bauchi and Katsina states having more than 1 million of them. In this report, Just Nigeria's Ajoke Ulotse visits the two states to see how they are dealing with the problem.
Rearing cattle is all 10-year-old Musa Shehu knows, but these days, he daydreams about going to school. Sadly, Musa's dreams may be far from reality.
Na ga mutane suna turanci a TV, nakan ji bakin ciki saboda ban je makaranta ba. Yanayi ne sa ni kiyo, amma abin da nake so a raina zamo soja.
Like Musa, 13-year-old Afusat has sold popular millet drink Kunu in Gudum Ausawa all her life. She sees her mates attending school and wonders why she can't do same.
Dalilin da bana zuwa makaranta saboda babana baya da kuɗi. Bana son ci gaba da sai da kunu a rayuwa na saboda ina so in shiga makaranta.
25-year-old Usena is Afusat's mother. She has 5 other kids to fend for and desires Western education for all of them, but can't seem to find the means.
I have 6 children, and none of them attend school. When I see my mates who went to school, I feel cheated, and I don't want my daughters to be cheated like that.
UNICEF says Nigeria has 10.5 million out-of-school children. More than 1 million of these kids live here in Bauchi State. To reverse the situation, education is free here, but it's still not enough to attract children of school age.
As regard to the poor parents, that they cannot be able to send their children to schools, maybe in terms of some financial aspect. Maybe if the children are going to school, they will have some talking fee to, maybe if they go to the school, they will use it as money to take something in break time.
In rural Bauchi, many children like Musa and Afusat are still not in school, a troubling opposite of packed classes and stretched infrastructure in urban areas. This is a typical Monday morning at the Kofa Father Primary School here in Bauchi State. The population of students here contradicts a recent report revealing that Bauchi State has the highest number of out-of-school children. That report pegs the number at more than 1.2 million. So one wonders where this high number of out-of-school children can be found. At the Model Girls Child Center in Liman, Katagum, classrooms are near empty and there are no teachers. It's a similar picture just a few miles away at this primary school in the Zungu district. Adamu Abdullah is the assistant headmaster. He takes us on a tour and explains why he thinks the classrooms are not full.
The major challenge is the parents. Most of them don't give their support. When we ask them to send their children to school, they say education is not their priority.
Many in the north have embraced Islamic education, and we have come to Makazu Zakafu Islamia to find out why.
The advantage of this Islamic school it will teach you how to live here and hereafter. You will learn how to relate with your peoples and the peoples around you. Maybe some non-Islamic, like Christians, atheists, and so on.
Not too far away in Katsina State, there are more than 700,000 out-of-school children. Mansour Ibrahim is a father of 22. He says it's been difficult to send all of his children to school.
It's not an easy task to find money to give the children for school. Sometimes there is no money to give them. And every time they pass an examination, you will still need more money to give them to further their education.
Katsina State is a beneficiary of the Global Partnership for Education. It is assessing a $13 million aid from the Nigerian Partnership for Education project grant. Much of it can be seen in the number of new schools built, but not much has changed in the number of new enrollees. A recent education data survey reveals that Katsina State has the second highest number of out-of-school children in the country. But the population of students here at the Amadou Komasi Model Primary School, Katsina does not support those figures. Authorities say that for every child in a school in Katsina State, there's an equal number of out-of-school children. They believe that population is one of the biggest challenges of the state. Schools in urban and rural areas are packed, but more than 700,000 children remain out of school.
Here, you find somebody with 40 children, him alone, okay? That is why our schools are full of population. It's only some villages where we are still, because of ignorance, they are not taking their children to school.
The state government says there is simply not enough space to accommodate the high number of pupils.
And every year, you have more number of people who are supposed to be in school than what you can accommodate and than what you can provide for in terms of classes, even in terms of schools and so on. So honestly, the population growth generally in the north, not only in Katsina, is a factor.
Many say the federal government school feeding program has helped in getting children to school in both Bauchi and Katsina states.
We have an enrollment of around 864,000 children in the school. But after the introduction, our enrollment now skyrockets into nearly 1 million. Our enrollment now is 980,000.
The United Nations Education Fund is stepping in to join in solving the problem.
Enrollment campaign is about also addressing socio-cultural practices that actually discourage parents from sending their children to school. So we have worked with government of Nigeria to come up with what we call the enrollment drive framework. This framework states clearly the responsibility of everybody in making sure that every Nigerian child accesses his right to quality education.
The right to education is a basic human right, and every child should be able to go to school, regardless of who they are, where they are, and how much it costs. Existing efforts may be yielding results, but they still leave a huge room for improvement. Advocates say until there are more initiatives to send children to school and keep them there, millions of children may continue to forfeit this right. Ajoke Hulotse, Gist Nigeria.
Indeed, every child deserves formal education. So how are other countries of the world keeping their children in school? Let's take this week's 360 roundup. Rwanda's education system overall is considered to be one of the most progressive in Africa. Education is free and compulsory for the first 9 years of school for all Rwandan children. And based on findings from UNICEF, Rwanda has one of the highest primary school enrollment rates in Africa. And primary school enrollment is 100% in South Korea because primary education is compulsory and free. Once children are admitted into primary schools, they automatically advance to the next grade each year. Middle school enrollment is also high because entrance examination was dropped since 1969. Getting kids off the streets to the classroom there. All right, what's your take on out-of-school children in Nigeria? Let's know your thoughts by sending us a message on Twitter at GistNigeriaTV to join the conversation. Let's move on to other reports. Now, have you ever tried hopping into a taxi in Lagos? It can be stressful and at the same time, fun. You hear a loud voice calling on passengers, but sometimes the vehicle wouldn't even stop for them. But one young Nigerian is using his creativity to redefine this and creating employment. Let's meet him.
If you're in Lagos, you'll be all familiar with these voices. Voices calling you to hop into a taxi, be it a motorcycle, a bus, or a tricycle. Last December, I ran into a young man here at Sita Surulere. He blew my mind. He is Samuel.
I finished my secondary school 2010. I wanted to further more, but there was no money.
My name is Samuel. I'm a corporate tricycle rider. Welcome to my office.
I wanted to stand out, and I want to make my own difference, and in a unique way, so that if people see me, they will respect me. They will be motivated. They will be like, wow, so people can dress like this, so people can do this work in this way. So that's why I did corporate. Since then, you know, some people will be like, where are you going? Are you going to bank? Do you have another work except this one? And I will tell them, no, I don't have any job. This is what I do for a living. I want to transform the transportation. I want transportation to be comfort, because this legal transportation is very stressful. So that's why I just did this TV, fan, and the cup of sweets, and the air freshener, and the basket, and the waste bin, sorry, the waste bin. So we enter, they will be like, wow, see what you are doing, you like what you are doing. They will give me like 500, they will tell me, don't worry, you can go. So we enter, they will give me 1,000. I want to give them change, they will tell me, no, don't worry, just go, we like what you are doing, you know. And if my colleague, they're making 5,000, me, I can make like 8,000 to 9,000 every day. So I'm making money every day, and I'm earning more than them, more than my colleagues.
Oh, this is weird. You need to talk. Now people need to fight together.
I have a staff now, and anybody that wants to come, you can come. If you are a secondary school, that you can come. If you are a graduate, you can come. You just need all you need is just to train you how to do this business.
Let's pause for a moment. Samuel called for applications 6 months ago. Right now, I'm back to find out how many people he's been able to employ. Hello, Samuel.
Hi, Mr. Dan.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
So, how many tricycles do you now own?
I have 13 tricycles. Now, people have been able to help me to buy manual for me to put it under my company. I have 13 right now. And I have 12 people that are working for me. 12 staffs.
How has the experience been for you so far?
Well, there's some bad experience and good ones. All this for road, you see people, they will tell you that, what happened, where are you going? This work didn't what you'll be wearing suit and wearing tie, nice shirt for the I will tell them, this is my business, and this is what I do for a living. And I want to do my own thing, in a different way, so that if people see me, I will gain more respect from them.
Okay, so what would you say to people out there like you who did not have an opportunity of getting a university degree?
Yeah, people out there like me, you have to start something. You can start barbing and package it, but like my own. I didn't know that this business will become like this. I just started one day, and I package it. You can go into tailoring and package it. Before you know it, you are going places.
His story is inspiring. No university degree, yet an employer of labor. With creativity and vision, Samuel's business is thriving and his aspirations keep growing. Damilola Udwulu, Gist Nigeria.
Quite impressive. Well done, Samuel. And if you have an amazing story just like Samuel's, please get in touch with the team at Gist Nigeria TV on Twitter. We'll be more than delighted to tell your story. And there's more to come on the show. We'll have the story of the life coach preaching self-acceptance right after this. Stay with us. Glad to have you back on Gist Nigeria from the BBC and Channels TV. I am Wale Fakile. Thanks a lot for staying with us. Coming up, the engineer passionate about technology that saves life. That's on Check Me Out. But before that, Zimbabwean Sinikwe Kademunga was born with a physical disability that stopped the growth of her limbs. Though women with disabilities are known to experience exclusion, this has not held her back. She's now on a mission to change the negative beliefs surrounding her condition, as the BBC's Ashley Ogonda reports.
Being disabled and being a woman is like being double disadvantaged. But for me to overcome that, I've just always told myself that I can be anything that I want.
Sinikwe Kademanga is a force to be reckoned with. In spite of her small frame, the 25-year-old from Zimbabwe is making big moves on social media as a self-proclaimed life coach. Her powerful message about self-acceptance has earned her a loyal following. I went to get ready with her as she prepared to give a speech at a local school and to learn more about her experience growing up with a disability in Africa.
So how does it make you feel, the fact that you're able to do something that, like makeup, that people wouldn't expect that you're able to do?
I mean, it really makes me feel more confident, because there's nothing like really living your life depending on other people that takes away your confidence, to be honest.
You are looking so...
But Sinikwe isn't fighting to end the stigma against disability alone. With her friend Florence by her side, they're taking the long journey towards changing negative stereotypes about disability together.
Dressing up is really a challenge, especially when you're petite. I wear things that make me look like and feel like a woman. That is very important to me. And also just making up and looking good, that builds my confidence as a woman.
I feel like people, they want me to give them like a show, like, of how I do things. It constantly reminds me that I have a disability, so which is not really a nice thing.
What do you think surprises most people about you?
I think people associate disability with like poverty, someone who is going to beg, someone who can't do things for themselves. One thing that also comes in people's mind is, so who is doing all this for her? Like, they don't expect to see me doing all of that.
So we're here at Goromonzi High School on the outskirts of Harare. Sinikwe has already gone in, she's getting ready to give the speech, and the girls are rushing in already. There's a quiet excitement in the room. Let's go take a look.
Don't be limited by your situations or where you are coming from. Don't be limited by that. Just work hard and change that situation, whatever that is going at home, change that situation.
And her words of encouragement certainly didn't fall on deaf ears.
Even though people stare at me and laugh at me, I'm happy with who I am. I know God created me in this way, and He knows the future for me.
I just wanted to show people the different side of disability. Some cultures here in Africa, when they see a disability, they think maybe it's a curse from the gods or something like that. I also wanted to motivate other young people with disability, because I know it's really hard growing up with a disability. So I wanted to be an example for them. I wanted to be someone that they can look up to and see that it's doable. You can do it. You can just live your life without worrying about what people think about you.
Strength in disability. Inspiring. Now we're going to Cameroon to meet 4 amazing young girls who are tackling a serious problem in their country, the lack of blood in hospitals. It's estimated that Cameroon needs 400,000 bags of blood to treat people and save lives each year, but they have less than a quarter of that. So this group of students who call themselves Geek girls have come up with a clever solution.
Passionate about computers and technology, these 4 schoolgirls, also known as the Geek Girls, have decided to put their knowledge to help others. They've created an app to connect people who need blood with potential donors. So, how did they come up with this idea?
Many members of our family passed away due to the lack of blood.
For the past 3 months, the girls did extensive research on the subject and discovered a very different reality.
We carried out questionnaires. We interviewed people, and many of them told us that when you get to the blood bank, they tell you to bring people with you to give blood, or alternatively, you have to pay extortionate prices.
L'autre alternative sera de payer le sang utilisé à des coûts exorbitants.
And it's on that basis that the Geek girls developed the Hemo app. How it works is very simple. Donors and recipients only need to register themselves.
People who need blood just need to click on search donors. They are asked to give the blood types and location, and then a list come up with a matching people.
4 months after its launch, Hemo app has been downloaded for free by more than 50 people. Its success is pushing the team to want to do even better.
We want to use an accessible language so we can increase the app's users. We also want to improve the app's design and its coding problems.
The girls hope one day to export Hemo app beyond the borders of Cameroon.
We want to make this app from national level to an international level. We want to export the app in every single country in the Central African region and in the most suitable language.
Today, the Geek girls are working on a French version of the app in order to hopefully save more lives.
Africa is indeed blessed with a lot of talents. It's now time for Check Me Out, a weekly showcase of Nigerians doing wonderful things all over the world. This week, we'll bring you Professor Deji Akinwande, an electrical engineer and an academic who developed tattoo-like technology that monitors human vital body signs like blood pressure and body temperature. Let's check him out.
I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but one of the jewelry I wear is this one, this bracelet on my arm. This means that except for God. My name is Deji Akinwande. I'm a professor of electrical and computer engineering at the University of Texas in Austin. I'm also a researcher in nanotechnology, focusing on bringing electronic products to life. Check me out. I left Nigeria after I finished my secondary school at the Federal Government College, Iduani, and that was in 1993. And at that time, there was a lot of strikes at the universities in Nigeria. So my parents decided perhaps I should explore getting my university education abroad. It was very, very cold when I arrived in Cleveland. I wasn't familiar with a lot of the food. And so at some point during my undergraduate, I didn't have enough money, I didn't have a job. And so I was out of my apartment because I couldn't pay the rent. So I was sleeping in my car for a couple of months. I've always been very persistent. I just worked harder as much as I could, and I still do till today. So some of the things I work on today, which have attracted a lot of interest, is electronic tattoos. Conventional tattoo goes under the skin. So this is on the surface of the skin, so it's very safe and very healthy, but it can monitor a lot of the vital signs of the person. The signals from this sensor can connect to an app on a phone. So we consider this a mobile health. And our vision now is to develop this as a band-aid technology that people in remote places or in villages or rural communities that don't have access to medical care or medical doctors can use this to monitor their health. The biggest message that I have is the message I learned when I was in secondary school at Iduani, is of hard work and perseverance. I am Deji Akinwande, Professor of Electrical and Computer Engineering at the University of Texas in Austin, and you have just checked me out.
Kudos, Professor. All right, let's quickly remind you of our top story today. Just Nigeria looks at how Bauchi and Katsina states are handling the millions of out-of-school children and uncovers the root cause. Join us again next week as we'll bring you the story of Sadiq Ajibola Williams, a trained architect, project manager, and martial artist who combines these multidisciplines in creating amazing works of art. We want to hear your views. To join the conversation right now on Twitter, Just Nigeria TV. And for more on any of our stories,